Greetings fellas, this is yet another updated Blade guide, and now with E5 I can safely say that I've already tested most of his Eidolons, and with E6 his relic slots will change, and even without E6 and with Tingyun, you will be running a Inner Salsoto instead of Rutilant Arena. And for your 4 set here, you will still run Longevous Disciple, or if you have enough crit rate substats, then you will go with Longevous Disciple 2-piece and Eagle of Twilight Line 2-piece to give you the win set bonus. And next thing is Blade Solo. So Blade Solo will not run full HP but will run defense instead. So with a Fleet of the Ageless or a Broken Keel with HP Rope, and then with your Sphere, you will switch a wind damage boost with a HP Sphere, and then for your HP Sphere, you're definitely going to run as much effect rest as possible, make your effect rest until 100%, and then your body will be not crit damage, but it is HP or defense. As for your boot, you can run HP or defense also for the solo blade. However, for main DPS blade, in a team setup, you will definitely run HP all over the place, crit damage here, as well as a wind damage boost here. So this is the updated relic guide for blade. And now for his traces wise, there are no new updates, but just make sure that you upgrade everything so that you can make use of his damage potential as well as crowd control resist. So for the teams wise, there are a huge update here, so that means Blade in a team without any wind weakness, it is possible to not run Silver Wolf, that is totally fine. However, Blade will still need Silver Wolf for those teams without wind weakness. Now, for Blade teams with facing enemies with wind weakness, here's what I recommend. Blade, Sampo, Bronya, and Locha. Yes, this is a very good team. Or you can even use a Pela for the defense down and the shred. Or if you don't want Pela, that's fine, you use Tingyun. But for Tingyun, you will definitely need to use an Inner Salsoto instead of Rutilant Arena to give you the best effect. Now, for consistency on applying weakness breaks and also weakness implants, wind weakness implants, you will have to put Sampo and Silver Wolf together. So this is actually the best combo. So Sampo here and then Blade here, and Blade will be placed on the third or the second slot of the team. So this means that Blade will be able to get damaged more, and definitely he will get his stacks faster to launch a counter attack. So then again, with Sampo and Silver Wolf, Sampo will use a Resolution Shines and Spell of Sweat to apply defense down and make sure that Sampo is faster than Silver Wolf, so that Silver Wolf, when using a before the tutorial mission starts Light Cone, he is able to hit a defense down target at the get-go. So Sampo applying defense down, and Sampo does not need an effect hit rate body because he has so many instances in his attacks. So the more instances he has, the better the defense down potential. And with Sampo, I have to remind you again that you need an E1 so that he can apply defense down more efficiently and more consistently. And with Sampo, with skill wise, he can apply defense down to every single target on the battlefield, almost every single target. Especially when there are 2 or 3 enemies on the enemy team, you're definitely going to almost guarantee that you will land a defense down. And with ultimate, you're hitting enemies with 3 stacks of attacks, so 3 instances of attacks, giving you 3 times the chance to give a defense down. And for your relic slot, you don't even need effect hit rate because there's so many instances in his attacks that can give you the defense down. And especially at higher superpositions of light codes, you'll definitely be able to put a 14% defense down on an S3 light cone. And I recommend even an S1 light cone because that is good enough. Then for this team, Silver Wolf is constantly being able to apply a quantum weakness or a wind weakness. in a non-win team. So if you don't want Sampo to support Silver Wolf and Blade, that's totally fine. You can use a Pela too. However, Pela, the problem with Pela is that she will have a chance of implementing an ice weakness on the enemy, and you do not want that to happen. So the best and most optimal support is actually Sampo with Resolution Shines as Pearl Sweat. Now, okay, then again, if you don't want to have a team like this, that's totally fine. You will have to put Tingyun instead and Locha, because Tingyun is very, very frail, for example. So then again, Blade and Bronya are still the best combos for this type of team. And as for a Blade with E6, you don't really need to use Tingyun, because Blade is able to utilize his follow-up attacks more often, and the best effect teammate will be actually Silverwolf, Bronya, and Sampo if you have an E6 Blade, because then again, Blade is able to attack 3 times during the defense down window, which is 1 turn for Sampo and around 4 turns on Silverwolf. So this is the updated Blade guide for the team slots. Cheers.